And we are live. This is UFC Bro Picks. We're going to be doing Fight Night, UFC Fight Night Pittsburgh. This is Ricky.
What's up, guys? This is Justin. We have a pretty good card, man, on Saturday. Couple cancellations, but we'll talk about the card in a couple minutes. Let's talk about last card. What a recap. We both cashed on Alex White. You know, he went out there and beat the worst lightweight on the roster. Wait, you bet on Alex White, right?
No, I didn't bet White, man.
Oh, I thought you did. My bad. And then we both bet on
He lost, but my other leg lost it. So.
Oh, okay. I also Shevchenko. You know, it was a very close fight. It could have gone either way. But Shevchenko needs to go down to 125. That's her natural weight class. And, you know, Amanda Nunes, I'm just not a big fan of her, dude. Like, I just don't like the way she carries herself, you know? I don't think she fought that
She's like
good.
a very – oh, I don't know. I thought it was a boring fight. She took her back. So, like, I don't know. I thought it was pretty close enough. It could have went either way. I wasn't really – like, I had money on Shevchenko, but I had money – I wasn't really mad with the decision. I don't know. I don't think she did enough to win.
But yeah.
It was a boring fight, dude.
It was.
I really care. Like, this – honestly, this Pittsburgh card is more exciting than the fucking UFC 215.
It is, man. Yeah, I went 1-2 in my bets. I also lost on Tyson Pedro. Yeah, man, Pedro just, you know, didn't fight that good. You know, Latifi took him down. He's green though. He's gonna learn a lot from that fight. I don't think I'm not done betting Tyson Pedro. I don't think he's a jobber. But all right, man. That's
his grappling wasn't as good as I thought, to be honest. He was getting taken down way too easy.
It wasn't. Yeah. So
I'm gonna think twice before I bet. I'm gonna think twice before I bet on him again, to be honest.
Yeah. But I went 1-2 in my bets. Do you want to talk about your bets? Or do you want to dive right into the next card?
I lost my bet, so I'm ready to dive into the next card.
All right, man, let's do it. The first fight of the night, we got Jason Saggo versus Gilbert Burns. This is a fight that, you know, it's a pass for me. I'm not betting this fight. It is a close fight, though, to be honest. And the more I watch tape, you know, I think I lean Saggo pre-tape, but then after I watched tape, I went with Gilbert Burns. I think he has a better ground game. He has a very, very good ground game. If it goes to the ground, I think he's going to tap out Saggo. I know Saggo has a good ground game too, and he's a black belt, but he's not on the level as you know, Gilbert Burns. On the feet, you know, Gilbert Burns kind of a punching bag. You know, he fought his last fight against Michel Praceres. He didn't look that good, but he is a tough dude, and I do think Saggo's better on the feet. But I think sooner or later Gilbert Burns is going to get it to the mat, and you know, either land him for 3 rounds or tap him out. So I got Gilbert Burns, but it's not a confident pick. What about you?
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to agree with you on this one. I got Gilbert Burns for the win. I think that his grappling is going to come into play in this one and get him the win. You know, the stand-up is whatever. I don't think Jason Saggo has enough to take him out. I mean, Gilbert Burns just came off a loss to Praceres, and Praceres fucking hits hard, man. And I think it was a pretty competitive fight. It wasn't that bad. You know, Gilbert started getting a little better towards the end. I think the way Jason Saggo just accepted those takedowns from Kavila was just kind of I don't know. I didn't like that. You know what I mean? It was he would just pull guard, you know, and I don't think that's going to work against someone like top guys in the UFC. So sometimes his submissions will lead to some like space and he can get up, but I don't know. I'm probably going to have to go with Gilbert Burns just because Saggo's going to accept the takedowns, and I think that's what's going to give Gilbert Burns the rounds. And win like 2 out of 3 rounds, maybe split decision or something like that. But I'm going to go with Gilbert Burns for the win.
All right, man.
Ready for the next fight?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
All right, next fight is it's a fight I got to play on. It's a Krzysztof Jotko versus Uriah Hall. Jotko's 19-2. Uriah Hall is 12-8. Jotko's just coming off of a loss to David Branch. It was a pretty boring, close fight. I'm pretty sure it was a split decision. I don't know. Can't remember.
Yeah, it was.
Opposed Uriah Hall is just coming off a KO loss to Mousasi. You know, Uriah Hall is pretty good. He has a flashy strikes and he's got power and he's pretty athletic. other than those like fancy kicks, I think that's pretty much all he has. You know, Krzysztof Jotko knows how to mix it up pretty well. He's got good striking. He's got good takedowns. You know, if he can hang on the mat with Talis Ledes and take him down, like he didn't get swept. You know, he didn't like his half guard. Talis Ledes couldn't do shit with his half guard. You know, it looked like Jotko just fucking handled him. As long as he does that, I mean, I think this loss to David Branch is gonna be stronger, and I think he's gonna try to, you know. And the thing about Uriah Hall is that he doesn't do anything flashy. He kind of just looks at you, you know. So I think Jocko's gonna be able to win those rounds for sure. I'm just hoping he doesn't, nothing crazy happens, and you know, some crazy ass like wheel kick or something Uriah Hall might pull off. But I'm gonna go. I got Jotko winning parlays with someone later on in the card. So I'm gonna be going with Jotko. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I got Jotko too. I actually had him in a parlay with Mike Perry, but you know that fight with Thiago Alves fell through. So now I have to play him straight at -230. I have 3 units, and yeah, man, I feel the same way you did. Jotko, you know, he's a point fighter, very good striking. I do think he needs to take this fight to the mat. You know, we don't want to play with fire because we know we know Hall's on a 3-fight losing streak, but he might be motivated here. You know, like who knows where his head at? He might want to go out there and, you know, stay in the UFC. Who knows? But his last 3 fights, you know, he hasn't looked the same. I mean, he's a head case. It's with him is like the mental thing. He doesn't throw. And like you said, all he has is kicks. That's about it. He's a tough guy. I mean, he got TKO his last 2 fights. And he looked decent against Whitaker for like 1 round. That's about it. But yeah, Jotko has very good grappling. I mean, Ledes took him down once and then he reversed him. He took him down a couple times. I think he has a huge advantage on the ground. He needs to take him out. He needs to take him down, and then I can see him pounding him out, to be honest. But on the feet, I mean, you know, he doesn't get hit, bro. I mean, he has a good –
I honestly – sorry.
No, it's okay.
I honestly think Jotko can outpoint him even with the striking just by the volume. But like you said, if he decides to take him down, which I think he should, it's a fucking easy path to victory.
Yeah, like honestly, like he can win anywhere the fight goes, but to be safe, we need to take it to the ground. And he has very good kicks, and we don't have to worry about the takedown. Uriah Hall's not going to take him down. So yeah, man. Like I said, Jotko's I think the better striker. He has more tools in the feet, and the grappling advantage is huge. So we just need to take him down, and I think it's all Jotko. So yeah, I got Jotko too. All right, next fight I believe is going to be Anthony Hamilton versus Daniel Spitz. I advise all you guys out there to not bet this fight. This is the worst fight on the card. It's a huge pass, but I'm going to have to go with Spitz. I'm never going to pick Anthony Hamilton. The dude got knocked out by light heavyweight, and Marcel Fortuna never had a knockout in his career. Anthony Hamilton is the worst chin. He's terrible, dude. I mean, he looks like his body type now. Like he looks like he belongs. Like he looks like he's a plumber, like a retired plumber. Like the dude is not a good fighter anymore. I'm not saying Daniel Spitz is good either because he sucks. Because you know. He looked pretty bad against Godbeer, but it was on short notice. He does have a good chin, and I think he could knock out Anthony Hamilton, to be honest. So I'm going to have to go with Spitz, but it's not a confident pick at all. It's more of a fade on Anthony Hamilton. And, yeah, I got Spitz. What about you?
I don't know. I'm probably going to have to go with Hamilton, even though he has a weak chin, and I'm not going to bet it. But I think he's going to just take him down and use the wrestling to get the win. As long as he doesn't get hit, which he might happen, I think he'll be fine. I'm not confident at all in this card. Total wash. Next. I got it's Oliver Alvin Mercier, who's 9-2 versus Tony Martin, 12-3. Just come off of a sub from Drew Dober. Tony Martin, you know, just come off a unanimous decision. Tony Martin's kind of known for his decisions. Don't remember the last time he's KO'd anyone. Has he KO'd anyone in the UFC? I don't know. Like it's all decisions, and I don't know, man. It seems like he gets choked out, and all OAM, you know, he's got some mean ground game, and he's a black belt in judo, brown belt jiu-jitsu. say he trains up at TriStar. You know, so I think he's getting better every time, man. Even in his striking, it improved tremendously when he was fighting versus Dober and his previous guy, can't remember, but before it looked like he's kind of stiff out there, kind of scared to get hit, you know what I mean? But now it seems like he was a little bit more loose, you know, a little bit, he flowed a little bit better. His striking was, his kicks were getting better. He landed some head kicks too, you know. Dober pretty easily once he got it to the mat. I do think if he decides to take him down, I think that's his easiest way to win, you know. Tony Martin seems to like, I don't know, he got choked out twice, you know, so I do think a submission is out there for OAM as well. He always finds a way to get the back. So I don't know. I think the striking's fairly even, probably give it slight edge to Tony Martin, but the fact that OAM can mix up the takedowns a little bit better, I think he's a little more dangerous. He's got the submission threat, and I think if he takes him down, it should be an easy win for OAM. OAM with the submission. What about you?
Yeah, man, I got 3 units on OAM at -120 to win 2.5. Honestly, I don't really see how a lot of people are picking Tony Martin. I mean, I do think he might be the better striker, but it's close. I mean, his striking looked very good last fight against Dober. I know it's true Dober, but still looked very good. He has a very good jab, very nasty body kicks, and his right and left hook looked pretty good too, man. I mean, to be honest, like I mentioned, Martin's a better striker, but it's very close. And a lot of people are saying that, oh, Tony Martin's beaten the better competition. I mean, I'm sorry, he's faced better competition. I mean, he has, but I mean, he's lost to all 3 of the good guys that he fought. And I think OAM can hang with all 3 of those guys. I think OAM has a very good ground game. I think it's on the level as Benny, to be honest. And Tony Martin, you know, his cardio looked good his last 2 fights, but who did he fight? He fought Alex White and Johnny Case. I mean, those guys aren't going to take you down. They're not going to tire you out. OAM is a grappler, man, and he has wrestling. So we'll see how Tony Martin's cardio holds up in this fight, because he's fighting it with a legit guy who has very good wrestling and very good grappling. If this fight goes to the mat, I'm telling you right now, it's all OAM. You saw what he did with Dober. He got dropped, and then he immediately reversed him and tapped him out. When he takes your back, bro, I mean, it's his body lock, dude. I mean, it's over, bro. Yeah. And Tony Martin, he quit against Benny. He quit against Santos. And I believe that OAM is the same kind of level ground game that those 2 guys have. So we'll see how his cardio holds up. You know, Tony Martin, you know, I don't think he's chinny. You know, he has a pretty decent chin. But like you said, he has no KOs in UFC. He has no KOs, period. And a lot of people are saying he's going to KO OAM. I don't think so. The OAM's a pretty tough dude.
OAM gets hit. He does get hit in his fights, but he doesn't get KO'd. You know, he stays in the fight. He stays in there, and he hangs.
They both get hit. I mean, Alex White dropped him too. And I mean, Tony Martin went the distance with Alex White in Case. I think OAM would sub both of them. And I mean, Johnny Case, he had a lot of success in the first round with his jab. And you know who has a good jab? OAM. So I do think, though, that we need to take this to the mat, because I don't want it to be close on the feet. But we have a huge advantage on the mat. So if OAM takes it to the mat, he's going to get a sub. So I got OAM all day in this fight. I know you do too. And I'm really looking forward to this fight, because a lot of people think OAM is a jobber just because he lost to Carlos Saggo Ferreira 2 or 3 fights ago. I mean, that dude's a beast. He's like 14-2. He's very good BJJ.
Yeah, it was a close fight with him and Benny.
It was a very close fight. Yeah, and he got popped. He was on the juice too. So OAM is a huge lightweight too. I mean, Tony Martin's pretty big too, but dude, I think OAM is going to be a little, stronger than him for sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, you saw the size of OAM looked huge last fight against Dober, bro. Huge. All right, so we got OAM.
Yeah, OAM's a beast, man.
He is, man. All right, moving on. Next fight, we got my most confident pick of the night. We got Justin Ledet versus Zhu Anyanwu. I know I didn't pronounce that right. I had Ledet parlay with Perry, but like I already mentioned, we know what happened to Perry. So now I have Ledet straight at -315. It kind of sucks, but whatever. And I also have the under in this fight at, I believe, +130, the under 1.5 to win 2.6 units. So I'm a very big fan of Justin Ledet. I think he's going to be a contender soon. I think he's, one of the best prospects in the division. I know he's coming off suspension for apparently he took vitamins, his multivitamins, and they're tested for steroids, which is pretty stupid. He got hurt too. I believe he hurt his knee, but I believe he's 100% now. And he's looked amazing in his 2 fights. I mean, he destroyed Chase Sherman with his jab and his boxing. I mean, dude, his jab might be the best jab in the UFC in the division. His boxing's really good. He's a former pro boxer, and this kid has a very good ground game too. I mean, he has 5 out of his 8 wins by sub. I mean, the way he took Godfrey's back was pretty impressive, and he's fighting a dude that is from the Contender Series. He's taking it on a 1 week notice. He's slow, bro. I mean, all he does is throw like the right hook, and he has power. That's it. He's super slow. I think Ledet's going to go out there and smoke this fool, man. I mean, I think Ledet's better everywhere. He has a better cardio. And I think Ledet's going to go out there and get a first-round finish. I think he's better everywhere the fight goes. And Justin Ledet is definitely a threat in this division. I mean, good chin, good boxing, good ground game. He's fast out there too. I don't see any advantages for Zoo at all. And I thought he was going to go out there and beat Dimitri too. So he has 80-inch reach. I mean, dude, this kid is legit, dude. So, all right, I got Ledet all day. What about you?
80-inch reach? That's ridiculous. Yeah, bro, I got Ledet as well, man. We've been talking about this, and you kind of sold me on Ledet. I've been watching a couple of his fights, and he has good strike. He has good striking, and he has good sub game. He subbed Godfrey very easy, man. He took him down and took his back easy and choked him out. And just the same thing I think that's going to happen when he fights Azunu, unless he decides to jab him up. I think he's going to use the reach. He's able to utilize his reach very well, with the jab. And that's something that I think more fighters need to use. And, I mean, like you said, he's like a heavyweight Diaz brother. So I'm going to go with that for him. I got Justin Ledet to get the decision or a submission. Next fight. I also had Ledet in a parlay with Mike Perry, but now I'm gonna have him straight at -365. So we'll see how that goes. 2 units, unit or something like that. Whatever it is, I don't know. I gotta do the math. For some reason, Mike Perry is still on there though on my parlay. That's weird. Anyway. Next fight, we got Kamaru Usman, who's 10-1, versus Sergio Moraes. Usman is a decisionator. He just came off of one from Sean Strickland, unanimous decision. As Sergio Moraes just beat Davey Ramos as well. Gonna be a pretty easy decision for him. I think he's gonna be able to take him down. Moraes does have some power, and he's got some pretty good striking. He might have a better striking, but I really don't think it's going to matter here because Kamaru Usman is going to clinch up real quick and grind him out, and take him down, and rinse and repeat, I think. Usman can actually take a hit, so I don't really think he's going to get lucky and knock him out. So I'm going to have to go with Usman for the decision again. What about you?
Yeah, who do you keep looking at, bro? You're like looking at someone like the whole time.
Don't worry about it.
Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, I think it's pretty easy money for Usman. I'm not gonna, parlay a -800 guy, but I mean, he's one of the best grapplers in the division. I'm just messing with you, and I just see you. You just like throw me off. I'm trying to do breakdowns, and I see you like this the whole time. But anyways, yeah, man. I don't think Sergio is, on the level that Usman is. I mean, he is on a pretty impressive win streak, and he has a pretty good ground game, but, he doesn't have the best striking. I think Usman's better everywhere in this fight. So, yeah, I got Usman by a dominant 30-27. Next fight, I believe we got Gregor Gillespie versus Jason Gonzalez. This is another easy breakdown. This is all Gregor Gillespie. And there's people out there that say that Gonzalez, can hang on the feet. I mean, I don't think so at all. So I think Gregor's boxing's legit. You saw his boxing against Franca. You saw his boxing against Holbrook. I mean, he knocked him out in like 20 seconds. I know it's not saying much because Holbrook has the worst chin in the UFC, but he looked good in his first 2 fights. Gonzalez, he hasn't looked that good. I mean, he got a dark show class fight against JC Cottrell, but I mean, JC Cottrell works at like Subway right down the street from my house. So it's not really saying that much. And I do think that Gregor is going to be a a contender soon. This kid's really good, very good wrestling, good boxing. So he needs to get a step up. Let's match him up with, like, Chiesa, or maybe someone a little below that, like, Gregor Klose or Ty Simov or something. But yeah, I got Gregor Gillespie. Why, whatever he wants. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm gonna have to go with Gregor Gillespie. This people are saying that Gonzalez is gonna be able to hang with him, but I mean, I definitely disagree. Gregor Gillespie just came off a KO from Holbrook. Stiff, and he's able to mix up the takedowns and the striking so well that he can actually KO people. And I like that he always goes through his wrestling. It's not like he tries to be a striker all of a sudden, but he knows he can bang. Opposed to Jason Gonzalez, I mean, I think he subbed JC Cotto, but I mean, gotta remind you, he also got knocked out by Dober, so I mean, I don't really think Gillespie's going to be in much trouble here. I think he's going to be able to do whatever he wants to him, like you said. But I think he's going to be a dominant by him. He's either going to get the finish or the 30-27. So yeah, got Gregor Gillespie. I also have him in a parlay with someone earlier. I have a Gregor Gillespie parlayed with Christoph Jotko. 3 units to win about like 2.5. I don't know I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it was 3 units on that parlay. So next fight, we got Hector Lombard, who's 34-7, versus Anthony Smith, who's 27-12. Anthony Smith, I kind of like the way he's been his performing recently. I think he's been putting it together very well. He's been shown that he's been able to like hang in there now. I don't know if maybe he's been working on his cardio or what, but before he's been finished a lot, But right now he's just coming off of 2 impressive KOs over Sanchez and Mutapik, And his fight versus Sanchez, he overcame adversity. I mean, he was getting smashed, and he was able to hang in there and knock him out towards the end. As opposed to Lombard, I think he's on his way out. He's not getting better. I think he's kind of getting worse, if you ask me. And he just lost to Hendricks, who was pretty much retired. Got devastatedly knocked out by Tim Bosch. So you can tell they were both looking at each other. He made Hendricks look like he was like Hendricks. He's so bad. He made Hendricks look like he was on his way to his next title shot. You know what I mean? That's so. So I'm gonna have to go with Anthony Smith on this one. I got Anthony Smith by finish to weather the storm and just knock him out, man. He's gonna be able to. He's taller there. He's gonna be able to use his height and his range and just outbox him. And I don't. As long as he can defend the takedown, after, he might lose the first round or whatever. As long as he doesn't get finished in the first couple minutes. Defends the takedown, and I think he's got it, man. You just got to defend that takedown, and you can knock him out. Smith, what about you?
Yeah, man, I got Smith too. It's a pass for me for betting, but yeah, I have him on DraftKings and picking him to win. Like you said, Lombard's on his way out for sure, and Smith looked really good in the last fight against Sanchez. The best Smith we've ever seen. He fought really long. He has good striking, and he's shown that he's had a good chin recently. I know he's been finished a lot in the past, but that's the past, His last 2 fights, he looked really good. He overcame adversity. He actually, he got taken down against Sanchez the first time, and he reversed him, man. I mean, he's no slouch on the ground. He has a lot of subs. So I think he needs to just, stay a distance and wait for Hector Lombard to rush in and then just counter him, man. And, I think that's what's going to happen. Lombard's going to rush in again for a counter and get knocked out. So, and Smith has very good knees too and good kicks. So look at his head kick knockout against Sanchez. So I got Smith. And even if he gets taken down, I think he can get right back up and maybe even tap him out. He's good off his back as well.
Got Smith. I got to play on him. I got 2.3 straight play to win 2 units. So hopefully he gets that win.
I think he will, man. Yeah, this isn't the same Lombard that judo through Jake Shields. This Lombard is so past that. This guy is ready to work at McDonald's. So yeah, man, I got Anthony Smith. Next fight, we got Mike Perry versus Alex Reyes. It was supposed to be Mike Perry versus Thiago Alves. We had a really good breakdown with, for that fight, but it got canceled. So I'm not going to talk a lot about this fight. Alex Reyes is trains at Timo Maya, I believe, and pretty good camp. But the dude's a lightweight. He's going in the welterweight. Mike Perry's a pretty big welterweight, and he throws bombs. He's never faced anyone like Mike Perry, and I think Mike Perry's going to go out there and get a first round finish. And Perry, I think, called out Robbie Lawler, bro. That'd be a good fight. And to be honest, I think Perry could knock him out. So yeah, I got Perry all day in this fight. What about you?
Is it Timo Yama?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Mike Perry, man. I think Alex Reyes just stepped up last minute just to be in the, just to get his UFC shot. Just like Mike Perry tweeted out, and I don't know, man. It's a bad idea to go against Mike Perry because he's a fucking finisher. He's got devastating power, and he's been known to put people to sleep. His KO on Ellenberger was scary. He did come off a loss from Joe Ban, but I honestly think that's going to make him a better fighter. Everyone needs that first loss to get to learn from your mistakes and get better. So I do think he's gonna murk Alves. So I think he's gonna murk Reyes too. But I'm gonna go with Mike Perry. All right, main event. We got Luke Rockhold, 15-3 versus David Branch, who's 21-3. Luke Rockhold, just got KO'd by Bisping. Took a long layoff. I don't know what he's been doing. Been probably trying to be a model or something. I don't really know. Don't know where his head's at. But opposed to David Branch, he just came to the UFC. He made a pretty good. It was a boring win, but I mean to get a win to beat David Jotko on your UFC or not David Jotko, my bad. To beat Christoph Jotko on your debut, that's pretty impressive, bro. You know what I mean?
It's really impressive, man.
I mean, he threw Jotko off his game, and he was able to get the win. It was a split decision, but he got the win. And I think Luke Rockhold might be underestimating him here, and I think David Branch might get the upset. And that those odds are looking very tempting to me, and I kind of want to see where they're gonna go. See what's gonna happen. Maybe more people end up put Luke Rockhold in a parlay. But if his line gets a little better, I'm probably gonna have to put a little play on him. Probably go with David Branch. Luke Rockhold's very chinny, dude. If Michael Bisping can knock him out, I think David Branch can too.
Yeah, man, I got Branch too. Rockhold has good kicks, and he's good ground game, but I think the ground game's a wash here, and I do think that Branch has the better wrestling, and I know Branch needs to go out there and pressure him, because if he pressures him, Rockhold's not going to be able to kick him, and I do think that Branch has the better boxing for sure. Rockhold's the best when he fights long, and he uses his kicks. If you pressure him, he's not going to be able to do those kicks. So I think Branch needs to go out there and use that pressure, which he always does, and he does have the better boxing. He definitely has the better chin. Rockhold has one of the worst chins in the division by far, and he hasn't fought in 15 months. I mean, like you said, Michael Bisping, he's a good fighter. He's a champion, but he's not known for his power, bro. So if he can knock him out, I think Branch can, like you mentioned. Branch is a champion in WSOF in 2 divisions. I mean, in middleweight and light heavyweight. He's fought bigger dudes than Rockhold. So I do think he can take him down. And I don't think Rockhold's going to tap him out. This Branch is very good on the ground, dude, for sure. Black belt, very good jiu-jitsu. And people are thinking that Rockhold's going to walk all over him. I don't think so, man. I mean, this is a very, very, very close fight, in my opinion. And David Branch is no slouch. He's 21-3. Obviously, Rockhold has faced a better competition, but Branch. There's a couple of ways. There's a couple of ways Branch can win this fight, like I already mentioned. So I think Branch's going to go out there, pressure him, hurt him on the feet, and tap him out. So I got David Branch. All right, guys, we are done with the breakdowns. To recap our bets, I'll go first. I have 3 units OAM at -120 to win 2.5 units. I have the under on Ledet and Perry. I'm sorry, Ledet and Zoo at +130 to win 2.6 units. And then since Perry, the Perry Alves fight fell through, I have Jotko straight at -230, and then Ledet straight at 315. I actually feel like I'm like Luca Fieri now because I'm betting like these big favorites, you know. So I didn't do it by choice, but it is what it is. What about you?
I got Anthony. So I got to play on Anthony Smith at 2.3. 2.3 units at -115 to win 2 units. I got I had a parlay with Justin Ledet, but now it's a 2 units at -365. And then I got a 2-team parlay with Gregor Gillespie and Christoph Jotko units. So yeah, those are my plays so far, and I'm looking at making a play on OAM as well as maybe might make a play on him or David Branch. See how it goes, see how I feel after a little more tape. But those are my plays so far.
All right, guys. What are your most confident picks?
All right, my most confident pick is probably going to be Gregor Gillespie.
Yeah, mine's Ledet, and I'm going to have to go with OAM and Jotko. So we'll be back next week for, I believe it's the Japan card with the rematch, OSB and Shogun. I'm actually already watching tape, and there's actually a couple fights that I'm really, looking forward to the betting. So, all right, guys, we'll be back next week, and I hope everyone catches their bets, and good luck.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.